Welcome to Off Script, the most authentic podcast in the whole world. You're here today with Anon.
Rush but not crook.
Say your proper name, man.
The main Rush.
The main man Rush. Rook but not crook.
Rook but not crook. Don't say how you guys doing.
How you guys doing
today? Anyway, man, let me tell you something, guys. Let me tell you something, yeah? You know, on our last episode, yeah? Some of the haters, they weren't watching our episodes. But guess what I realized? I went to the analytics section, yeah, on YouTube. And I clicked the button, tick. And I see people from all across the world are watching our podcast, man. I saw there's people from New Zealand. There's people from Australia. People from India. People from
Mali.
Slovakia.
What about Mali?
Nah, I don't remember seeing Mali. Yeah. But there was this other country as well, like Papua New Guinea.
Wow.
There was like
Is
one or
that
two...
a state?
The Pacific.
I don't know what that is, man. I think it's
Papua New Guinea?
Yeah, Papua New Guinea.
It's next to Fiji, Samoa, Tonga, that side
way.
Yeah, Pacific.
Man, I remember watching a documentary on Papua New Guinea. I think they have those, those uncontacted tribes, the ones, the people that still, have the bow and arrows, they haven't discovered fire yet.
Yeah.
The first thing that came to my mind was like, damn, did one of those guys watch our videos?
We going viral. We're going viral.
Did they watch our videos? Like what?
Did you ask, like, do they have internet or something?
Yeah.
Have they subscribed to our channel?
I don't know. Nah, I don't think they subscribe, but they did watch our podcast, It's crazy. Like, we're going global, man.
Bro, they're trying to learn English. That's why they're watching our podcast.
The world is becoming like a village.
Huh?
Yeah.
Village.
The world is becoming
Like,
like
are we
a
going
village.
backwards?
No, it becomes small.
Oh, yeah. I agree with that.
A village doesn't mean it's backward. Unless
man,
you mean...
that's how when my dad calls me like, you're a villager.
No, Switzerland villages, how advanced they are. So when you say village, doesn't mean you're backward.
Sometimes Rush says things, but it has a deeper meaning. It just goes over our heads, man. Rush said the world is becoming a village. I'm like, damn, people are losing their homes. They're going into farms.
Are they farming?
They're what's going on?
Small.
Explain. What do you mean?
You know when you live in the village,
Yeah.
if a neighbor has slaughtered chicken, you can smell what kind of food they're going to.
Yeah, that's true. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So now if the slaughtering happened next door, and now it happens that next door be USA while you're living in Papua New Guinea.
Papua New Guinea.
Papua New Guinea. So you're next door. Your neighbor is US in terms of connectivity.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what he's trying to say. The world is becoming like a small village, meaning
That
everyone
even though
knows
we're
what's going
recording
on.
here, they can see us in Papua New Guinea and America.
I see Rush. What you're thinking. So you're saying basically whatever we're doing here, people across the world can see it like instantly.
Everything that happens anywhere in the world, it affects everywhere in the world.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
And but that's been happening for years, hundreds of years though. Now, wouldn't you say?
No, I think it's to do with the response time. Yeah, it used to happen. Or if a land died, or there was a war, there was a murder, but we wouldn't find out until maybe days later, weeks later, depending on when the news will travel. But now we can get it instant. So we record it today, in 2 days, or even an hour.
But
someone in Papua New Guinea would watch us.
But you know what it is, yeah? Like, whatever era we live in, we believe that to be the fastest method. Like before pigeons were trained, I don't know, people probably used to walk months to give the news.
Yeah.
Then pigeon carriers traveled the news. Then it was like, horseback, or whatever, like ships, planes. Mm-hmm. And then now we have the internet. But even, God knows when 100 years, maybe information just instantly travels. Because even to record a video, it's a lot of data. Like, you have to get the data. You need fast internet. Nowadays, I heard, like, South Korea, you can download a 100 gig movie in a second.
Yeah.
That's the speed, like the second, like instant. There will come a time, like, where people will look back and be like, damn, these guys were using the internet. That's so slow. Yeah. We have, like, instant
time, like, response time, like,
Response, boom. You have a chip in your head. God knows, when something happens, boom. Instantly it gets downloaded into your head,
That's scary.
Yeah,
that's scary.
That's what they call globalization. So people now talk about Korea, South Korea, in 1 second you can download the movie.
Yeah.
In the next few months, you're going to hear every developed country have gone to that 1 second now.
So they just follow whatever.
Yeah, there's always somebody that started, and others are finding that's the way to go, because they can have those information from South Korea. What have they gone about to get to that speed of internet that they can't have?
I see. But Rush, look, if someone was to ask you what is globalization, how would you like explain it in a simple terms? Like, what is globalization? Like, it's a big word. What does it actually mean?
So it's like a highway of interwoven and connectedness, whereby what happened to one place is already known to the other place, which makes the entire globe becomes like a village, like I've said in the beginning. So everybody knows everybody's business. Everybody know what is happening in terms of business, cultural. There's always some copying and imitation and influence and enforcing of one society in terms of how developed they are in terms of economy, social, and cultural, as well as job creation. So it affects all aspects of life, but it happens in a global context, in a global platforms.
Sure. If you were to give a funny example of globalization, of something happening in the world and someone else knowing about it, what example would you give?
I would say...
Like a funny example. Give me a funny one.
I would say Rihanna was slapping her husband this morning.
What? And then, okay.
Yeah, but she was dancing to her husband, and there was like some rhetoric in that song, and somebody is doing the same song with her husband.
So they
I don't even understand. I don't understand.
So basically, I'll explain it. Yeah, he's saying Rihanna this morning was dancing with her husband, doing certain moves. Yeah. He's saying by now people across the world are doing like women are repeating the same.
Yeah, somebody in Brazil is doing the same to her husband.
Okay. So I don't want to start with the negatives. Yeah. I'm gonna ask you both. Yeah. Think about it. Can you give me some pros of globalization? What are like the pros of globalization? Is that a good thing? Like, before we go to the bad, let's talk about the good. What good does globalization bring?
The fact that we're here. This is not where we were born, This is not our place. We came here as expatriates.
Where? Oh, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. The fact that we're here, we work here, this is a part of the globalization. It's a part of intercontinental. So connectedness, whereby one part of the world they're in need of certain number of expatriates, and they open the doors and say, hey, come and teach your kids here over here. And then in the other part of the world is looking for doctors like UK.
Yeah.
And the other part of the world they're looking for some minerals, some resources, some iron ores, and other part they're looking for cotton to produce more clothes. So each one is in need of something, and it becomes, I know exactly where I can get this in a very, in a month's time I'll have 200 containers of bananas from Caribbeans and 2 tons of chicken from Brazil every week, and those kind of. Yeah, or I can enforce my culture into somebody's culture.
Or influence their culture using my culture.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a strong pro. So you're saying we all benefited because of globalization, because they needed teachers here, and the market was open for us. They needed teachers, and boom, the market, and we benefited. Okay, that's a strong pro. Rook, you've been sitting here just staring, and whenever you stare, I have a feeling like either you're cooking something or you're just like YOLOing. So
no, it's not YOLOing. I'm just impressed at how interested and intrigued Rush is with the globalization. I didn't know Rush was so into it. So I'm just listening to him, and I'm honestly mesmerized by how passionate he is about the topic. So that's why I'm just quiet. I'm quiet and I'm just observing, because I don't really know much about it. Yeah, but of course, now that you've broken it down, but when you guys started off about globalization, I'm like, what the flip does that mean?
Yeah, like a small village.
Yeah, I'm like a small village. But then once he started speaking about how we connect with the outside world, before we were, everyone used to do business and trades locally, but now the borders have opened up internationally.
Yeah.
If there's an innovation that maybe America discovered something, now it's very easy to pass that information on to other parts of the world that need it.
Yeah.
Because of globalization.
I see.
So if a country is suffering with some type of issue,
like a famine or
whatever it may be,
or they need help,
whatever casualty, whatever issue that they might have, it's easier for them to track and solve that issue, because somewhere else they might have the same issue and they found a solution for it. So I'm thinking of it in terms of like news, good products, trades. The borders opened up. I think he mentioned the Caribbeans. They export, I think, mostly bananas. Yeah, so bananas, exporting that. That's just really cool, man. I'm personally not into it, but the way you're talking about it, slowly opening up my mind, man.
Man, think about it. Even games like football games or sports. You know, a game could be happening across the globe in Australia, and we find out about it live. We're watching it live. You know,
Yeah. I remember 1990 World Cup.
What?
1990 World Cup in Italy.
Okay.
That was my first World Cup.
Damn, man, I wasn't even a sperm back then, but yeah, go on, yeah. Damn.
So you watch a game 2 days after the game was played. And some newspaper
Wait. You watch a game 2 days after it's played.
And they don't even know what the results are, so they watch it for the first time.
And we read out on the newspaper. The day you watch the game, that we read in the newspaper, Argentina 0, Cameroon 1. So the game was already been played, the result already, but we can't we don't have access to watch it live.
I see.
Yeah. Today you watch,
a game and it's instant, bro. You know straight away. The only time Russia complains about it, when we're both running a stream we're both watching the match, streaming, and then I will say like, "Oh, what a goal!" He'll be like, "What?" He will write in the water, "What?" 5 seconds later, "Oh yeah," his stream is just lagging a little bit behind, like 5 seconds behind,
Yeah,
But this is
when you said Rush, I thought you were talking about Rush. I'm like, what streamer Rush are you on?
Nah, sometimes, like when we will be talking on the WhatsApp, and we say, "Oh, it's 2-0." He's like, "Guys, which 2?" And then 5 seconds later, he's like, "Damn, that was a good."
Well, I'm gonna take care of that problem because I already applied for fiber. So soon I'll be, I'll be in power with you guys.
Gonna be celebrating the same time
as it happened. Yeah.
So,
what about you? What do you think about
globalization?
Globalization. Give me pros of it. We all gave our examples.
You know what? I wouldn't say I'm a negative guy, but whenever people mention things, I always run to the cons first. I'm like, damn, I was thinking of cons all this time, but since you're talking about pros, I think some of the pros of globalization, bro. You mentioned trade. Like, trade is so important. So many countries rely on trade when it comes to globalization. Like, okay, you have a product and you have too much of it. Like China. They create so much product that the domestic need for it, it's not there.
Yes.
All of a sudden, instead of that product going to waste, now they can sell it to other countries that need it. From face masks to clothing to gadgets. China overproduces.
Yeah.
And because of globalization, they're able to now sell and have a monopoly over the markets. If you look at goods, I think like 30 to 40% of all global goods come from China alone.
Yeah.
So that just having that ability of being able to sell to others, where in the past, like if we go hundreds of years ago, China would only sell to Chinese customers.
May go 50, 60 years ago.
It
was a struggle.
Yeah, because everybody was trying to protect its market.
To own market.
So you find the Western world where they were more industrialized.
Industrialized.
They couldn't have enough resources to keep up with the production. So to introduce globalization, allow people to trade internationally so that we can have all those natural resources and keep up with the production.
And now the same point, China overproducing and pushing their markets into pushing their products into the market.
Yeah.
Now you've mentioned it as a pro,
as a pro. Yeah.
As a pro. Can this ever be a negative now?
Without a doubt, it can be negative.
Because I know you're a negative guy, and I know you've give us.
You want me to jump into the negatives?
You know what it is. We've all said our pros, and since you're already thinking about the negatives,
but the negatives are easy. But I do still want to mention one other pro that you guys didn't mention, guys.
Go on.
Because before, look, us guys, we are pro wives. Like, we're always looking for multiple wives. I know. Like, behind the scenes, we all agreed. Yeah, we will say that. But Rush said, "Hey, I'm not gonna say that on camera because my wife might not cook food for me." Rook said, "Hey, I can't say that. My father-in-law watches the podcast." But I'm gonna say it straight, behind the scenes, we all said it's easy to get a wife. Like, globalization allows us to marry from different cultures, man. I could have a wife from Colombia, a wife from Brazil, a wife from Ghana, a wife from Russia because of globalization.
Bro, you know, if you're gonna go to Africa, you need his permission first.
But bro, all I have to do is put my CV live, boom. I got this degree, I got that degree, I earned this. Please, guys, I'm a good guy.
But you could have done it in the past where globalization wasn't that much.
Yeah, by the time I get married one and the second one,
maybe now
10 years would have passed, you know?
Yeah. No, you fly over to Colombia and you choose.
Man, they would have
That'd
no
take too
planes,
long,
man.
man.
I have to carry my bags in my
And
bag.
plus, you have to visit every single house. Nowadays, it's a tick. Yep,
It's a tick, man.
It's a tick, and what is
So
it?
I'm saying globalization
everything.
has allowed people to marry from different cultures, and for others to accept your culture. Like, you know, like people don't. It's nowadays it's very hard for me to be shocked by a culture because I'm exposed to it because of globalization. You know, I'm aware of different. Like for example, the first time I saw the Maoris, I thought they were possessed. You know, I'm watching a game that obviously they can't see me with a mask, but their tongues out. I'm like, whoa, these guys are possessed or what? Then I understood their culture. I'm like, this is a cultural, like, you know, traditional dance.
The warrior dance.
Warrior dance. I'm like, that makes sense. So it's allowed others to be accepting of other people's cultures, you know, and traditions and customs.
Yeah.
So that's another big pro. Like, you know, we can easily understand other people's cultures and boom, marry maybe.
Not only we can understand, but we can reach the point where we say, mine is different than yours, instead of mine is better than yours, which is another level of maturity in terms of look at the culture in a point or in an angle of accepting it, but not only accepting it, but also not put your prejudice or enforcing yours to others.
Damn, man, Rashid, man.
You know, you're
Sometimes
so
you
mature
get
because I literally thought about the opposite. I was just about to mention it. I thought he was going to say my point. I was like, because of this, we tend to, we can decide now, we learn from that culture. They're doing it that way. Damn, that's actually better. Or someone else might be doing it different. No, our way is better. I was actually, maybe I'm immature, man.
You know, no, but you know what it is? Rush, like I told you, you know, when Rush matured, we weren't even sperm back then. 1990, Rush was matured, like, you know, he was not judging other people, you know, he had killed himself in terms of he had killed his ego, his pride, you know. We were still a small, we still have a journey, you know, the journey to become.
The journey of becoming.
The journey of becoming. So we got a long shot, man. But okay. Now, speaking of the pros, are these the only pros? Any other pros of globalization? What else?
Job creation.
Job creation.
Yes, companies come over, you know, open up the franchise, KFC, McDonald's, Mac this and Mac that.
Are you endorsing them? Are you endorsing these companies? Or are you just mentioning them?
I mentioned it's the reality. Is that we're facing?
Because they don't need to be endorsed.
Yeah.
They're international, man. They're $1 billion companies. So we can actually say them without no worry.
Yeah, they force the change and it's inevitable to avoid it.
If you're going to beat them, you join them.
You join them. Even if you can't join them.
It's inevitable, basically.
It's inevitable, you know what I mean? So they local people get jobs, products from products that are produced locally are being used in this franchise.
Oh, that's a blessing. You know what? That's a blessing.
Yeah.
Because imagine being here, no KFC, no Hardee's,
No wings.
no wings and no buffalo wings and rings where he had the 1 million sauce, you know, and he was sweating. He would have never experienced that if globalization didn't happen. And also imagine going to like Danube or Panda and it's just local food.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if I look at my shopping, most of my shopping is like, I'm buying international food, like, you know, without my Cocoa Pops, what will I do?
Yeah.
Without some of my drink, like some of the juices that I drink, you know. By the way, I've been drinking this juice, It's fully organic, It's called Florida's Choice or something like that. It's like 35 reals, man.
Yeah,
for
organic,
a liter. 35 reals.
mate. Organic and probably imported.
Man, you know what it is? It's my wife. Every time she comes shopping with me, she only picks organic stuff. I don't know what organic stuff does to you, man. 35 reals for 1 liter. It's like I'm selling my kidney at that point, man.
Bro, go alone. I go with Rush. We go shopping together.
But you know, for me, that's a con. But for my family, that's a pro, you know, because of globalization, they are able to buy things that they wouldn't been able to from before, like, you know? Yeah. Speaking of globalization, I heard they're opening a Walmart in South Africa. Is that true?
Yeah, man. Soon I think it's gonna be an operational, and then So I think that this is the first one.
It's the first
Man,
one.
Walmart is good, by the way. I'm not gonna lie, Walmart is good.
Yeah?
I'm telling you, every time I go US,
Is it like Costco? Is it like?
man, I'm telling you, it's got everything. Walmart, I bought a pair of socks from Walmart.
Yeah.
Like 20 pairs of socks. They come together, Stanley ones.
Yeah.
I'm still using them today, man.
Is that the
The
Stanley
Stanley
ones you
ones
wear?
from Walmart, man. I'm telling you, Walmart socks. Literally, it has they even sell guns in America in Walmart. Guns, literally guns. You can buy anything in Walmart. Imagine it's like, when we go to a supermarket and then you leave, you want to buy something else, you go somewhere else. Oh,
Yeah.
I hit that, my card. You go elsewhere to buy things.
Yeah.
Walmart has everything in one place. That's the one benefit. Like, I know they're going to force, speaking of cons, I know they're going to force the local supermarkets out of the way.
Man, bring that into the cons conversation.
Oh, okay. You don't want me to go to cons. Okay. Yeah. Any other
And
benefits?
unless we're done with the pros.
I think we've done enough. We've
I think
spoken
you've
enough.
definitely done pros. I just wanted to do one each.
No, I've got too many cons.
You
man.
got too many. No. I'm talking about pros. I just wanted, but you got enough cons?
I've got enough cons. Yeah, I'm done with the pros, man. I think we've spoken so much about pros.
Yeah.
Rush, any more pros?
Probably technology shared. People have shared technology to fight the diseases. So manufacturing of certain kind of medicine from one part of the world is reached to the other part of the world. Although sometimes it's not all about technology. Sometimes it's about who is consuming this, what we produce.
What it produces.
Yeah, that's what drives the medicine or the technology to reach another part of the world.
But you see, right now I'm itching to say something. Can I say it? He mentioned share of medicine, yeah, and vaccines and whatever. But globalization was one of the reasons why COVID was spreading like wildfire, man.
Of course.
Yeah.
If globalization wasn't there, it would have just
Pandemic.
been...
Pandemics would have been isolated.
If it had just been in China, man. Globalization, boom. 1 minute, it started in China, boom. Chinese passengers or people from China that flew into America got exposed.
Yes.
Then Africa.
Europe.
The whole
then
world.
Europe. The whole world, man.
I don't think there was a single country that was left.
That's what I'm saying. The globalization was the reason we were all stuck at home, man.
Yeah.
Any country I was going to, vaccine, show us you've been
Yeah.
vaccinated.
Yeah.
The COVID was crazy, man.
It was.
Although we enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, staying at home, working from home. Yeah, some people here, they were working, but they were getting reduced pay cuts, so they were upset. But we were getting our full pay cut,
Bruv, I was working in COVID. That was one of the things.
Oh, yeah, you're one of the...
I
was at home.
I was
I also
working.
used to work
Man,
physically.
Physically.
Yeah, physical.
Do you guys want to hear me? What I was doing, yeah? So I was an IT engineer at that point, yeah? Now, to do IT work, you need people in the office. There was no one in the office.
No.
I was doing nothing. You know what I was doing? I would sleep. I'll wake up. I'll check my emails. There's not a single email. I'll go back to sleep.
What a
I wake
life.
up, my day's ended.
What a life.
Bro, I did that for a whole year, man. The best job in the whole world, man. Sometimes some people message you like, oh, my computer doesn't work. But you know how I do remote. Remember that team viewer, the remote stuff? Take control of the computer. Done. So it was very good for me. So speaking of cons, I think that's a big con, man. Like traveling, if a disease comes, boom, it's everywhere.
Yes.
Globalization. Any other cons? Talk about economy, man. Earlier, you guys were mentioning economy.
Yeah.
You said there's the pros and the cons. Explain.
I'm not gonna explain. You explain. Because right now I won't be able to word it the way you can.
Man, rush.
So you find one manufacturer.
See that?
local
I knew he
manufacturer-
had it in him. Come on.
Yeah, local manufacturer is taking a copy of a product, let's say a water meter.
Yes.
A water what?
A water meter.
Oh, meter. I thought you meant a water beater. I'm like, who beats water? Like, what? Yeah.
There's local guys producing water meter that cost him maybe $200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another one come and buy that water meter, take it to China,
Yeah.
produce the same water meter with the
Mass producer.
mass produce it, but $10, and then bring over containers and containers and sell it his for $150.
So he pushing this other guy out of business, basically.
Out of business, and the guys will lose jobs. That works for him.
Locally, these guys are losing
will
their
lose
jobs.
job that works for him, and he doesn't create any job. He creates jobs in China.
China, damn.
Yeah, this is just an outlet where he sells his products.
Damn. So basically, globalization in a way, especially if you source your material from externally, from outside of the country, the other country benefits, but locally, where the local economy suffers because you're taking away jobs.
Exactly.
That's a con.
Even in sports, you find players are moving from Africa to Europe.
Why?
Because they get
Better pay.
money. Better pay, yes.
Now the
So
African
they weaken-
countries become weak
They
now.
weaken the leagues of that place.
And then you see the like Premier League and other leagues, you see they're like top.
And we have to pay to watch those top leagues.
Yeah,
so
that's
the money
true.
is still going that side.
Damn, man, that's
Yeah,
true. But
yeah.
in a way, you know how you mentioned a guy takes a water meter,
Yeah.
$200 locally, but then
He produced, but
Yeah,
the cost of
locally.
producing, yeah.
Yeah, but then again, if a guy is bringing in $10 water meters, don't some people benefit from that? Because it's cheaper. They're getting it cheaper.
No, because
Yeah.
he's still selling it for like, he's just gonna sell it like
$150.
$20 cheaper. He's making it for $10.
$50 cheap.
Yeah.
Let's say
Yeah.
$50 cheaper.
But in a way, like, I know it's bad, like people are losing their job. But in a way, I'm benefiting as well. I'm saving some money. I'm saving $50.
China, they take the same meter, they dismantle it, they look at its functionality, and they produce the same one.
So
and then they put a new brain there.
And you know what's crazy? They are getting good at copying things, man.
Bro,
I can't tell the
Perfection.
difference between what's real and what's fake no more. Like, you know, like Jordan trainers, clothes.
Yeah.
If it's like Chinese made, I can't tell the difference between that and the original. Sometimes the fake look better or realer than the actual products, man.
They call it a good fake.
The good fake, yeah, man.
Perfection.
Okay. Now, Rook, stop avoiding the topic, man. Give me a con of globalization. Give me something. Man.
Okay, I think the one that affects me the most, I would say, is loss of culture.
Damn.
Loss of culture, I think, is something where I feel deeply everywhere I go. That's why I've stopped traveling, by the way. I've stopped traveling. My wife's been bugging me, like, let's go holiday, yeah. But I feel like everywhere I go, it's almost the same.
You don't get that authentic vibe no more.
I don't. Wherever I go, yeah, even with clothings, the Nike, the Adidas, the KFC, you find it everywhere you go.
Yeah, you don't get, hardly you're going to get authentic.
And the authenticity is now in the villages. I have to
Yeah.
go to the village and look at those mud houses to get some type of excitement.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how many mud houses am I going to look at? And even them, they're fake. They've made it just so I can go and visit it. You know, they don't live there anymore.
Yeah, man.
So, you know, certain cultures are fading away because they want to copy the West.
Yeah.
Okay, due to that, man, it's boring wherever I go. I don't like going anywhere. So, for example, when I was visiting the other Gulf countries,
Yeah.
it's the exact same as Saudi.
Yeah.
When I went to Italy or Croatia, it felt like a different part of UK.
Crazy. Man.
So what's the point of traveling now?
Should I tell you what's crazy about that? Everyone is wearing the same clothes as well. If you notice, like, you know, everyone
Exactly.
wears Adidas, Nike, look,
Trackies.
Adidas. Yeah, just like
Okay.
Adidas. Yeah, everyone's wearing the same clothes. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you no longer feel like, you know, if you go to a certain country, you don't see the traditional clothes no more. They're losing their culture, you know. Funny.
Even their language, by the way, they try speaking English. It's
Man.
always the American accent. It's like, and then when you ask them where they're actually from, they might be from somewhere else. I'm like, so why are you speaking like that?
You know what's annoying? In the classes these days, we are going. I say, guys, open page 67. I see all the kids, 67.
Oh.
I'm like, what the hell is that? 67. I said, wait. I go next door. I say, guys, you know, there were about 6 to 7. 6, 7. I'm like, what's that? I go on the internet. I write 6, 7. Kids in Africa. 6, 7. Kids in Europe. It's like, damn, man. They all become like a beehive, man.
Yeah, I went to one of the centers and they interviewed me to teach English.
Yeah.
In this place, I can't remember the name. It started with a P. So the guy asked me like, "Have you taught English in centers before?" I said, "Yes." So what do they have? They said, "No, they have."
I know this story.
Some material but the guy's a local, but he was trying to speak.
Well,
with
when you say local, he's local Saudi.
yeah, but he was trying to speak with a
American accent.
American accent, and he said to me, "Have you read their boxes?" And
Wait. Repeat that. What did you say?
have you read their boxes?
The boxes.
Yeah. So for me, it sounded like boxes.
Yeah, the boxes,
the
like
boxes,
a box. Yeah.
Have you read their boxes? And I said, yeah, I did.
You just answered, yeah.
Yeah, I did. So what's the context in their boxes? Then he opened one of the books and he said, is it the same as this? So I realized, okay.
He's talking
He means
about
book.
He's not
words.
talking about boxes, he's talking about books, you know?
So yeah, he was putting on the American accent.
Yeah, he was forcing himself to be.
I want to go. I'm sorry, man. I just want to go back to this. Yeah, this juggling balls. Yeah, like 6 and 7.
6, 7.
But you know what it is? I didn't realize how much we say 6, 7.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just write 6, 7 lines.
Yeah, I say that all the time. But
Bro, I say 6, 7 so much. Now I have to like constantly constantly think about not saying those words.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Because the student, bro, and you know what it is? The funny thing is, they try to make me say 6, 7.
Yeah, man. I know.
Miss, is it, Mister? Is it 7 and 8, or is it 6, 7? I'm like, what the fuck?
Man, you know, I've been trolling them back. I'm trolling them back, you know.
Yeah.
I go in the class, yeah, and I know, like, I look at the vocabulary book. It's about, like, you know, page 67, 68, 69.
Mm-hmm.
Now I come in, I say, guys, open page 6, and now their old shoulders are ready. You know, they're about to do it. I say 67. Sorry, I don't say 67. I say open page 6, 8, and then they're like, or there were 6, 9 people, and they're ready. Like, you know, I'm trolling them back.
They're stuck in one corner.
They're stuck in because they hear the word 6. They expect the 7 to come so they can, you know, they can do their little
juggling balls.
You know, I say, but guys, it was about 6 to 9 people, and they're like, oh man. You know that I'm getting him back, man. But you know, speaking of globalization, you know, my brother went to Kenya.
Yeah.
He went into this safari thing, and they took him actually on a tour to show them the local tribes that live off grid, basically.
Yeah.
So he went to one of these tribes, and they were living in a tent, and most of the people there, they wear minimal clothing, let's just say, right?
The Maasais.
The Maasais. And then there was this tent in the middle of nowhere, my brother tells me, and he's staying, and he says, and comes out a kid. He's wearing a Liverpool t-shirt. Mo Salah. Like out of nowhere. There's a true story about that. My brother was so shocked. Yeah. And he asked them, like, how did you get this? So they asked, like, hey, where'd you get this from? And then the people explained, like, yeah, you know, we get some visitors, tourists come. Yeah. And they gave one of the shirts. So this kid was wearing like a Liverpool shirt. He doesn't even know what's going on, you know?
I just remembered, you know, a couple of years ago, you know, the Messi Argentina shirt, you know, someone who made it with a plastic bag in a remote village. Yeah. I don't know if it was Afghanistan or Syria or one of the places, where a little boy, they had a plastic bag. He literally had with the lines, stripes.
Yeah, the blue stripes. Yeah.
And then he put it on as a Messi shirt, and it took over the world.
Yeah. How can that kid, middle of nowhere, know about Messi, man? Yeah.
Bro, the guy probably doesn't have food to eat.
Yeah, that's true.
They didn't have shoes on his feet.
Yeah.
But he had the plastic bag on himself. Yeah. Pretending to be, wearing a Messi shirt.
Yeah, they're looking for someone to inspire them. And Messi is one of the big names in the world of soccer, world of football.
Yeah, but you know, another thing though, like you mentioned loss of culture, but in a way, it's such a bad thing, yeah? Because now some people get embarrassed of their culture. Mm-hmm. They feel like if they wear the traditional clothes, they're not gonna fit in with the people wearing the Nike or the Adidas or the designer wear, you know? Because if you look at it, it's like trends. A celebrity wears something, or a footballer wears something, or he promotes something, and boom, everyone across the world is now wearing those shoes.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't wear it, you're not fitting in. So even if you go to other countries where like these celebrities are not there, like, you know, they're far worlds apart in America, you will see they speak like these celebrities or these sports people. They dress like them. And then even the locals, they don't wear the traditional clothes because they no longer fit in with the people. Yeah. Majority of the people are just, you know, following a trend or a wave.
One of the cons of globalization is brain drain.
Brain drain.
Yes. So you'll find Canada, Australia, New Zealand, UK, among others, that will put up a post and say, we are looking for PhD holders, doctorate, lecturers. We're looking for doctors. We're looking for people to migrate to our country. But they don't take the worst of us. They take the best of us.
Damn. Brain. Now I get a brain. Man, this guy always uses big words.
I'm like, what the flip? I'm like, it's like a clog drain. Like, I'm just thinking, like, what is he going to say?
So they have this kind of point system. Look at how old are you? I'm 24. So you get maybe 30 points if you're based on if you're a professor or if you're a PhD and you're 26 or 28. And somebody is 54, you get like 2 or 5 points.
Yeah, less points.
You know, so the age, they know they're going to use you over there. You still have a lot of years to save them. And then they would talk things like, do you have a master degree or bachelor degree? So they get the best of.
So they recruit all the best,
And then the last category is, do you have 200,000 whatever money to start your life with a bit while you're there, and then permanent resident guarantee, a few years of living there will give you the.
And the other countries left behind, all the best people are just migrating.
Yeah, so somebody in Africa or Asia or South America look at himself and say, okay, my salary is $4,000. This guy, they offer me 12.
Whoa.
Yeah. Although there is some underpin stuff that nobody's talking about, the cost of living on the other side.
Of course.
So
the cost of food,
so
electricity,
the best
tax.
So the best of us now, they sit down and say, hey, can we make a move? And then they migrate.
Yeah.
So what you're left with those
unskilled people. We wouldn't say the word, just
newly graduate.
Yes. Not specialists.
And also it takes years to have graduates to cover the gap of somebody just flew yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
So now you are
it causes an imbalance in the country.
There's imbalance, yes, of and the lack of certain certain skillful people.
If we think about it, right, we've come so far in terms of information. Now globalization, like when it comes to information, nowadays information's instant. Like if something happens, that moment we can get a live feed of it. Yeah. Like for example, like the Palestine issue, when journalists was being bombed, we were seeing it live on TV. Like, as it was happening, boom, you would see journalists being targeted, and you're like, damn. Where from before it could take weeks to get the results. Like,
sometimes years. Like
sometimes
in Rwanda genocide.
Of course, people didn't hear about it until it was published, documented, reported, confirmed. But now it's like instant. Now a famous story. Do you guys know of the Rothschild family?
Who doesn't?
I mean, Rush. Do you know?
Rich family somewhere. They
own
a lot of governments in Africa.
They own governments, America, UK. They own them. Yeah. They're the people that own the banks. The banking systems where the governments are in debt to. Anyways. So Nathan Rothschild, one of the Rothschilds, was in London at that time. When Napoleon was planning to attack Britain, right?
Yeah.
Everyone was like anticipating this battle. The famous Battle of Waterloo. Yeah. So Nathan Rothschild knew, and he had spies in there, messengers to let him know of the outcome of the war. A lot of people were expecting Napoleon to win, of course, because, he was on a winning streak.
Yes.
But then he got defeated in the Battle of Waterloo.
Yeah.
Carrier pigeons and messengers were sent to Nathan Rothschild. He got the news that Napoleon had lost. So he went into the London Stock Exchange, and he told the people, Napoleon has won. So the people started selling their bonds. Because this is Britain now. If Napoleon has won and Britain has lost. Long story short, Nathan Rothschild knew Napoleon had lost the war.
But he told them he won.
He got the message and he came into the London Stock Exchange and he told the people that he had won. So people started selling their bonds. Panic and sold their bonds. He bought the bonds. Then news comes in later that actually Napoleon is defeated. What happens to the bond prices? Skyrockets.
Yeah.
Becomes an instant millionaire. And at that time, owning 150 million. Just 1 million can own you armies. And that guy had he made 154 million, started controlling everything, became one of the wealthiest men at that time. Yeah. So information, if you have access to information, you're king.
And you know how to manipulate information. A lot of people they know information, but manipulation is where they play.
Yeah, but we spoken a lot about globalization, but we should talk about the other part of it, man. Everyone's copying our masks now, and now I see some podcasters, they're wearing the mask and doing podcasts. I'm like, damn, man, we should sue them, man. This is off script. This is off script ideas. However, now I want to change. I want to hit them because we just need 22 more. 22 more. We just need 22 more subs to see that man unmasked.
Oh, by the way, what's so funny? I just got a message right now because I just made a snap
story.
A snap story. And one of the fans messaged and he said, "I can't wait
for Rush
to see his blonde hair." Listen, I'll show you.
Rush has been unsubscribing, from his account to make the subscribers go. You know, he's been unsubscribed. He's been telling his family, unsubscribe.
He's like,
Don't let me.
look, unmask Mr. Rush. We want to see his blonde hair.
You know what it is? Like, we just need 22 more. So, Rush, tell him. Tell him 22 more.
22 to go.
For who to be unmasked?
One of us.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Make sure to like, to subscribe, to comment. If you don't comment, you're a snake. Comment, like, share. Spread the news. 22 more to go. 22 is the magic number.
Let's see the blonde hair.
The blonde hair.
Spread the fire.
Spread the fire. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.